there, boy.
Ah, good boy.
What are you saying to us? Look this way.
Was ist das denn?
Also, pass mal auf, hey, das ist nicht so, was ihr lacht, ja? Das ist traurig.
You wanna go? You wanna go?
It's okay, bud. Hey, Megan. Hey, Megan. Hey. Okay, this is... Say hello. You're such a good singer.
You cannot keep interrupting. No. I'm having a conversation. I'm not gonna... No. Walter, I'm right here, baby. That's enough. Stop being very...
Well, hello everyone. How we doing?
How are you guys?
Go ahead and comment so that we know you're here.
Let us
No. Hope you enjoyed that dog video.
How many guys love? Say in the comments. How many guys love weird dog videos? Do you love weird dog videos?
I love dogs. I don't know that I love weird dog videos. I was saying to him while we were watching that, I was like, I feel like I would give the dog back after some of them. Be like, this dog's not supposed to sound like this. I need to fix it. But
It's true. I think it was
funny.
the one of the pugs.
Yeah, the black pug.
Does anyone have a pug? Anyone at all? Anyone? Anyone have a pug? We'll just sit here and wait. Anyone have a pug?
This is getting awkward.
I was telling her we had a friend growing up. My family did back home in Virginia, and they had a pug, and unfortunately, the pug had some sort of condition where, like, pug's eyes are already rather prominent,
Yeah.
but its eyes would actually kind of bulge out of its face, like halfway. It was pretty gross. But they loved him.
Yeah,
So-
it's good. Everybody needs to be loved, you know.
It's true. It's
Dogs
just
and all.
some dogs have weird eyes.
Gosh.
What a great video.
Yeah.
How we doing? We have Katie. I'm so excited that you're on here, and Grant. So excited that you're here too. Dogs will always be better than cats, Grant. I agree with you. I actually agree that anything on this planet is better than a cat.
Wow,
So
that's a strong statement.
yeah,
It's bold.
it's true. No, just take it to its extreme. Eva says hello.
Hi, Eva.
Hi, Eva. I don't know if you're saying hi to us or you're just saying hi in general, but we're going to say hi back to you. So while we're waiting for everyone to join, I have found a really funny Would You Rather this time. So here is your Would You Rather, okay? We want to hear your thoughts. So would you rather have legs as long as your fingers or have fingers as long as your legs? That's terrifying, first of all. Would you rather have legs as long as your fingers or fingers as long as your legs?
I'm just trying to like picture what I would do, like how I would drive my car if I had fingers as long as my legs.
How you?
How I would grip the
It would be
steering wheel.
special. We would all have to have,
Yeah.
altered cars for sure. I would not run if I had legs as small as my fingers, or as long as my fingers. But what do you guys say? What do you think? Eva says, have fingers as long as your legs. That's terrifying.
I know. It would be just so weird. We'd be all like insect size. I'm not insect size, I guess, because our bodies would still be proportionately.
We would certainly have issues. We would have serious issues to deal with in life.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Katie says legs as long as your fingers. Either way we slice it, this is terrifying.
I think I probably would opt for fingers as long as my legs. But I don't know.
Christy, I appreciate that. I guess I would have fingers as long as my legs. Both options are terrible.
Yeah.
I would love, I don't know if any of you guys are artistic. I would love for someone to draw a picture of someone that has, or even Photoshop, someone that has fingers as long as their legs or legs as long as their fingers.
Yeah.
There's probably I don't know if I would suggest you go and search it right now, but I am curious to see what would happen if you do a Google search and say fingers as long as your legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be pretty.
It'd be like one of those, like, what is that thing called? The Can't You Believe It, or those Ripley Believe It or Not.
Oh yeah,
things.
Ripley's Believe It or Not. Yeah.
I feel like it would be in one of those books if it was.
Grant
a
says
thing.
fingers as long as your legs, because then you could use your fingers and your legs too.
You could.
Fingers as long as your legs.
It's like 4 legs.
Oh wow, Grant, what an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. You could do like the ultimate somersault, right? If you had fingers as long as your legs. I take my statement back.
Somersault.
Never mind.
Like a handspring like thing, but not a somersault. That would be more complicated with longer fingers.
Yeah, I think we have agreed that it would be grotesquely weird
Yes.
and disturbing. So we are so excited that you're here, and we're so excited that you don't have fingers as long as your legs, or legs as long as your fingers.
Yeah, God thought about that when he
yeah.
was creating things.
That would be so. I hope that no one ever comes across this video and is like, I have fingers as long as my legs.
I know.
And think that we're making fun of
We're
them
not.
because we're not.
No.
Anyway,
Moving on.
we are again so excited that you're here. We want to address something. So if you haven't heard, because the email went out to everyone.
It was
Yeah.
late, yeah.
So we sent out an email as a ministry that we won't be returning to school in person this year. But we're going to be finishing up school here in another 4 weeks. We're so sad over that. I'm so sorry, guys, that has happened. It's just where we're at. I know a lot of places around the country have done that as well. And it's expected, I believe, that will probably end up happening here in Nevada. So I'm just sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. It's going to call for us all to really engage in new hobbies, new times with the Lord, new experiences that make this quarantine time that much more bearable and doable, you know? So it's crazy. Yeah, Grant, I feel terrible for the seniors as well. It's hard because, like, for us, we have experienced our senior years and have moved on for a while now. And so on the one hand, it's like, it's hard to remember what that was like, but when you really stop and you think, it's super sad. I can remember my senior year, really enjoying my senior year, and that's a huge bummer, because I know that, you know, there's already a lot of transition going on. So, hey, if you're a senior and you're watching this at another time, I don't know if any seniors are watching now, but really sorry about that. Sorry for all of us that this has happened, but we're all in it together still. So I want to show you, it's kind of maybe a weird way to transition into something else, but I want to show you something that I promised them I would show this last week and we didn't get around to it, but show you something like an interesting way that maybe you could still have time with your friends while social distancing. So Halversons, get ready for a shout out. So check this out. This was a week and a half ago-ish, I believe. And a group of girls, a group of 11th grade and some 10th grade girls, I believe that's all, they all got together and they decided that they were going to do something fun together while still obtaining or holding to social distancing. So check it out. They went to Chick-fil-A, which is I think is awesome. So they all got Chick-fil-A and they got in their cars and they sat out in the parking lot and stayed 6 feet apart, right? And they just kind of made a circle, had a good time. You could see Anna, Danny in the background. I think it's Mariah, Allison, and I think Sienna's there as well. But that is super fun. I think that's super, super fun. I will say, however, in this last picture, this is not truly holding social distancing, which I don't want to call you guys out in the middle of a live video, but here I go. So I would encourage you to do something like that. That's super fun. Maybe bring in an adult that can, you know, help ease the minds of other parents who are letting their kids join. But that could be super fun. I would even love to do that with some people. Just hang out in a parking lot, well apart from one another, so that no one's in danger, right, of any sort of contracting virus or anything like that. But you just get that fun of getting to be together in person again. However, please make sure that you are holding to social distancing. Because it would be the worst thing in the world if we all just decided to start doing things to make ourselves feel better, and we end up making this whole thing worse.
Yeah.
But
Just make a mask and do that. do one more level of, like, protection.
Yep.
You're going to do that. And
did you want to show them our masks?
I can go get them.
So we went out to the store. This is totally unplanned, by the way. We went to the store the other day, and we made masks. More so, my wife made masks. We didn't end up using them. We didn't find we needed to. But we thought we would show these to you, these masks that we made out of an old t-shirt of mine that I don't want anymore. So you just put it on here, and there we go. Now everything's
Except you're breathing in your own air. But...
yeah, now we're just breathing our own carbon dioxide. But here's our masks, which we thought was super fun. Oh dear, goodness. Please hold.
Yeah, they're just hair ties and a t-shirt wrapped around. So.
Well, surprisingly, we've gained a view. Oh, and now we lost them. So we're gonna keep moving. But we thought that was super fun that they did that. That they just decided to go to Chick-fil-A and make it work.
Yeah.
So we wanted to update you on this last week's prize drawing. Now, I promise you that I did not plan this.
Yeah.
But the winner of this last week's prize drawing is none other than Anna Halverson.
Yay,
So, Anna, you are the amazing winner of a $15 Amazon gift card. So, I promise you I did not plan that. I literally went into a randomizer, put all the names in, and it selected Anna.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Because we all know I would never select Anna. So, that's... I'm kidding. I hope that you're watching, Anna, because that's funny. So, Anna, you are the proud winner of that gift card for this last week. So, the rest of us don't miss opportunities this next week to get into this prize drawing. So, we want to give you, oh, that's funny. Christy, she'll probably want to buy her mom something, probably.
Yeah. Mother's Day's coming up.
I have a feeling you know her mom, or maybe even are her mom. So, let's go ahead and do our prize drawing question for today. So, check this out. If you want to be entered for today into the prize drawing for this week, go ahead and answer this question.
Yes.
If you became a circus performer, what would your job be? If you were to become a circus performer, what would your job be? Now, I worded it like that for a reason. You're actually performing in the circus. You can't be like, I would shovel the poop. So you have to actually be a performer in the circus. Also, let's pretend it's before the days of PETA, where they like, PETA? The animal rights? Is that? I don't know. Let's just pretend it's before the days when like animal rights people were upset about circuses. Okay, so like old school circus.
Were like safe and
Yeah, let's pretend it's all humane. Okay, so what would your job be? Eva says that you would be a lion tamer, which I think is amazing, and also is the one I was going to choose. So
Katie
that's
would be
entirely
the trapeze
unfair.
person.
Ooh, the trapeze, the like up in the sky.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be great. Unless you fell, then
You would get to flip around and it would be awesome, she said.
yeah. But lion tamers would get eaten, so fall or get eaten.
I feel like I would be the person who does the silks, you know, who like wraps up in the silks and does the spinning stuff. Like that'd be really cool. Or I would want to be the elephant person, the one who like trains the elephants.
I think it's hard because circuses are tainted now by The Greatest Showman. Not in a bad way necessarily,
Right.
but we think of circuses like The Greatest Showman. So.
I thought of Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, that's funny.
We just watched the second Fantastic Beasts movie, and so when that question came up, that's where my mind went to.
Okay, hey, make sure you got your answer in if you didn't already. Yes, Bethany wants to be Zendaya. She tells me often. So, we're going to play a game. We're really excited about this game. This game is called Okay, Gen Z.
Okay.
So, here is how this game works. You guys all have your fun way of, I don't know where this started, but you started doing this thing where you're like, okay, boomer, as if people from the baby boomer generation are somehow weird or something. Now, I will say that Bethany and I are not from the baby boomer generation. However, we're going to see how much you know about the people you pick on. So, you're going to comment and answer to the question. So here's how this works. Think you're smart at saying, okay, boomer? Well, put your knowledge to test as you compete to answer questions about the generation known as the boomers. So, when we put up a question, you're going to simply comment which answer you think is correct. And it's either A, B, C, or D. So, here we go. First question. Okay, Gen Z. Why is this generation called boomers? Is it A, a sudden spike in the birth of babies, B, nuclear explosions of World War II, C, a popular song, or D, how rich they were? So which one, why is this generation called boomers? Why is that generation called boomers? A, B, C, or D? Get your answers in. If you have A, several A's, So, are we ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here's your answer. A sudden spike in the birth of babies. You guys are so smart.
job,
Christy,
guys.
you're so smart. Eva, so smart. Katie, so smart. Let's keep going. Next question. All boomers remember this famous star, Mr. Ed. Who was he? A disc jockey or DJ. B, an animated character. C, a talking horse. Or D, a variety show host. Which one is the famous star, Mr. Ed,
Those
that
are-
all the boomers should
Those
remember?
are tricky answers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I know the answer, but
Me too. Okay, which one is it? Mr. Ed. Christy says C. Josiah says, I'm here, Mr. Briggs. Josiah, that's so cool. I'm so glad you're here, Josiah. Here's your question. All boomers remember this famous star, Mr. Ed. Who was he? A, B, C, or D? Get your answers in.
we have a B,
Katie says B?
C,
Question mark?
and a D. Ooh, whoa.
All right, here's your answer. Mr. Ed was C, a talking horse. Look him up on YouTube later. Not now because you're on YouTube right now. All right, next question. What song would television networks play to signal the end of the programming day back when the boomers were growing up? Is it A, Goodnight Irene, B, The Star-Spangled Banner, C, America the Beautiful, or D, Armed Forces Medley?
I don't
Which
know
one?
that.
I don't
I'm
either.
gonna, I'm gonna
No idea.
say I don't. I'm gonna say A, just because I feel like Goodnight Irene sounds like the right thing, but
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
All right, Katie says C, and now she says B. Good, awesome. Christy says C. Let's see what the answer is. What song would television networks play to signal the end of the programming day? It is the Stars. Oh, that's so patriotic. The Star-Spangled Banner. That's great. All right, next one.
All right, what is the name of a popular boys' hairstyle in the 1950s? A, duckwing, B, ducktail, C, duck bomb, or D, duck dodger? Interesting.
DuckTales makes me think of the show,
Yeah,
which is not what it's talking about.
no,
So that's
it's
not
a
helpful.
hairstyle. Oh gosh, I'm in this. What do we have? Let's see. We have a B, another B, so ducktail. I don't know.
Let's check it out. What's our answer?
Ooh, nice job.
Ooh, ducktail. That must be like a
Yeah, I don't even know what that looks
like a
like.
rat tail.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably. What is it? We'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, and
ducktail.
see what that
If
looks
you
like.
find, I don't know if you can comment. Can you comment pictures? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Oh, we'll look it up later.
Yeah.
All right. Which of the following was a popular bicycle accessory for boomers? A, banana seat. B, apple seat. C, kiwi seat. Or D, pineapple seat. Pineapple seat sounds like it would hurt.
Gosh, I don't even know what context to put that in. I'm gonna. Gosh, B. I'm gonna say B.
You gonna say B?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going with it.
All right. Get your answers in. Josiah says A.
Christy says A.
Let's check it out. Here's your answer. Oh, banana seat. Nice job.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's do one more, shall we? Let's get one more in. The school drill was made popular during the 1950s. Active shooter drill, lockdown drill, fire drill, or atomic bomb drill. Which of these drills was made popular at school during the 1950s?
Di and Katie say D.
Okay.
I would choose D as well.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, get your answer in.
This is D. Christy's D.
The school drill was made popular during the 1950s. The answer is the atomic bomb
Good job, everybody.
drill. Nice job. Gosh, you guys killed that. Now, if I can let you in on a little secret, there were actually more questions, but we're running out of time. So, nice
Already?
job. You guys killed that. And I thought that was a fun game, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone says, okay, boomer. So, see
Gen Z.
how much you actually know, right? So, as you guys know, we are hanging out in the life of Paul through this time together. And so we've been calling that Pandemics, Pains, and Principles of Paul. So this week, today, I wanted to share just briefly with you this little segment from the life of Paul. And I'm going to grab my Bible because I left it over here. So last time we were together, we talked about how when Paul gets saved, or he has this experience with Christ on the road to Damascus, he ends up heading back to Jerusalem eventually, where he's going to meet up with the original disciples, the original apostles. And what happens is when he gets there, he ends up being doubted by the disciples, because Paul used to be this persecutor of the church, and he ends up now proclaiming that he is a preacher of the gospel, that he's one of them. And so he meets with a little bit of resistance. And instead of getting aggravated and attacking them, he ends up doing something a little different. And I told you that actually this guy named Barnabas, another one of the followers of Christ, is the one who does this. Instead of getting angry, they share about Paul's salvation experience on the road to Damascus. So they share about how he met Jesus. Jesus blinded him on the road to Damascus. And here was the point. I shared with you that in times in life when we're struggling with something, we're struggling with sin, or we maybe are on the other side of something, and people still judge us based on who we used to be. Or maybe we're being judged in some way, shape, or form in a way that we really wish that we weren't. I shared with you a principle, and that was we have to lean upon the grace of Jesus. And what I meant by that, and what I shared with you last time, was we have to rely or lean into the fact that he saved us, and we know he did, and we know he's growing us, even in times when people doubt us. And instead of getting frustrated and angry and defensive, they end up showing, no, like, I've been saved by Christ. Like, this is a work of Jesus in me. This is not something that I have done. And he ends up moving on into this new ministry where he's met up with the disciples. And today, just briefly, what we find next in Paul's life is a couple things that actually may not at first glance seem to be related to Paul. So Paul ends up leaving Jerusalem. He's going to head up to a town called Antioch with Barnabas, actually. And from there, they're going to end up going on their first missionary journey that Paul takes. But before that happens, we find out a couple things that happen. There's a king in place from the line of Herod the Great. His name is Herod Agrippa. In the New Testament, it just refers to him as Agrippa. And this guy is just none of the Herod kings are nice guys. But Herod Agrippa is not a nice guy. And we read in Acts, and I'll just share with you where it is in Acts. We're really not going to read it today, but we find out in Acts 12 that Herod Agrippa starts to round up followers of Christ himself. He captures James, who's one of the original disciples and one of the inner three disciples of Jesus. And Herod Agrippa actually has James killed. And then he has Peter imprisoned. And Peter is the leader of the church in Jerusalem at this time. So Peter's in prison in the wake of James being killed. And what I want you to see here with James being killed is this. Before in Acts, there's a guy named Stephen, and he's a Christian, not one of the original disciples, but he has come to be known now as the first Christian martyr in all of history. But James is the first apostle, original disciple, to be martyred. And I want you to just imagine with me for a moment what it would have been like to have the first member of the original disciples killed, dead, gone. Like, this movement of Christianity is growing. There's some persecution, but Paul, the main persecutor, gets converted to Christ, and everyone's thinking that this is, like, everything is increasing, everything's going well now, and the first apostle is killed. And then not only that, but the main leading apostle, Peter, is thrown into jail. And I just want you to imagine what that might feel like. I don't want to take it too much out of context, but even in our context now, imagine if you found out that for the first time, someone really close to you is in the ICU due to this virus. Now, it's not the same type of situation, but I think the feeling is similar. Like this almost feeling of dread, like what's going to happen now? Like nothing good can possibly come out of this. And Peter ends up getting out of jail. Jesus miraculously rescues him from jail. And eventually we find out at the end of chapter 13 that this Herod Agrippa dies. He actually dies because people start almost worshiping him as if he's like a god. And instead of rejecting the claim that he's a god and acknowledging that there's only one true God, he accepts the praise and God strikes him dead. And I want you to see something in that. And this is when I said earlier that this might not seem like it's directly related to Paul's life. Get this truth here. Just when things look bleak, you never know if God is about to kill your problem. Who knew that at the end of this chapter, in chapter 12, just before Paul's going to start his first missionary journey, which who knows if they would have started the first missionary journey had Herod Agrippa still been persecuting Christians, but God strikes Herod Agrippa dead. And their problem, if you will, at least temporarily, is removed. Yeah. Now, there's going to be problems down the road, but in this moment, in the present moment, the problem has been taken care of. And I would just encourage you now in our situation. Yeah, we're not going back to school this year, which is awful and hurts. A lot of our dreams have been crushed. But you just don't know what's around the corner. We just don't know what God is about to do. And if I can be honest with you, I don't know that I've done a great job of embracing that lately. I think that I've given in to frustration, and I don't want to call it depression, but just this sense of dread about what's next and where are we heading and what does this summer hold for us and next school year, what does that hold for us? Because a lot of that's unknown, but know that even in Paul's situation, there was a lot of unknown as to what was going to happen next, and little did they know that God was about to take care of their problem. So I hope that encourages you in some way, shape, or form today. Again, maybe it wasn't exactly in Paul's life, right? But these are definitely things that affected Paul, and I think that we can pull something out of that ourselves. So as we end today, we just want to provide a couple thoughts for you guys, a couple announcements for you guys to keep in mind. Gracie's here. Yeah. How exciting! Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
How exciting!
She came at the end of the game.
How fun! This is great. So I want to throw something up, and I'm going to put this question up for you guys so that as we talk with a couple announcements here at the end, you can see it again. But here was our prize drawing question for today. If you became a circus performer, what would your job be? So if you want to be entered for watching today into the prize for this next week, answer that question in the comments now if you haven't already done that. So we have a couple things to let you know. First of all, we're going to change our weekly schedule just a little bit. So today, as you know, every Sunday at 4 o'clock, we're doing roughly a 30-minute time, live time with you. Here's the deal. We really love doing these live times because we get to interact with you and comment with you back and forth. While we love making videos for you midweek, we don't love it in that it's harder to get to interact with you. And to be honest, it's just a lot of work. And we all have a lot going on. So here's what we're doing moving forward. We're going to have our 4 o'clock Sunday live time. Wednesdays at 4 is our middle school life groups. And Thursday at 4 is our high school life groups. Yeah. So for the time being, we're going to go ahead and eliminate our Wednesday and Thursday main video time at 4. And instead at 4, we're going to do our 30-minute life groups. Yeah. So at 4:30, you'll have nothing on Wednesdays and Thursdays unless our life group goes long. Yeah. So stay tuned for more info on where you can find the link for the Google groups, for the Google Meets groups. But Wednesdays at 4, we're going to have our middle school groups, and Thursday at 4, we're going to have our high school groups. So I hope that's straightforward enough. Everything else is staying the same. So don't miss Riddle Me This week. Last week, Josiah showed everyone up. He got the riddle for this last week. So make sure that we beat Josiah this week because we don't want him doing that again, right? So check out Riddle Me This on Tuesday. If you haven't already, I really want to encourage you to check out the Dwell app. Audio Bible with a lot of different voices and background music options. So normally that subscription, I think I paid like $70 for it. And that was a discount. And that was a lifetime membership. So what Dwell has done is they have offered it for free for 60 days.
No, I think it's longer.
Is it more?
Yeah.
So
if
you message us on Facebook or Instagram, just kidding. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Facebook or Instagram, I can send you a link where you can get a free subscription for the foreseeable several months for Dwell. So do that because that'd be a great way that you can engage with God's Word. And then check out our hashtag LM Worship playlist on Spotify. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah. Gracie, I highly respect your choice of circus performer job.
Yeah.
A contortionist. Josiah, lion tamer. That's mildly respectable as well.
It is.
That's what I chose.
Yeah.
Hey, so we love you guys.
Yeah.
We really wish that we could be with you in person.
Soon, hopefully.
But it's just not happening yet. So message us. Continue to interact with us. If you have our numbers, text us. If you don't, message us. We'll get you our numbers because we would love to interact with you guys even outside of these times.
Sure.
So we love you guys. We will put a couple slides up for you to check out in this next couple minutes before we end. But we love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.